of Canada. Again, in parentheses, so we know this is the employee setting up the situation. An iced cappuccino is a popular beverage at a particular fast food chain all across Canada. It's made with a very sugary syrup and ice. Popular fast food chain that serves iced cappuccino. You deserve it. Okay, anyway. Customer number 1. Multiple customers here. I'd like an iced cappuccino, please. Me, sure thing. Anything else? Customer 1 turns to friend. Do you want one? Customer number 2, looking horrified, says, oh my goodness, definitely not. I'll just have a water, please. Which customer 1 then says, oh, I thought you liked those. And customer 2 says, dead serious, looking appalled, I will never drink those again. I just found out that they have more fat in them than water. Can you believe that? No, we're not getting dumbed down in this country. Customer 1, Customer 2, shocking right. I just found out, turns to me. Can you believe that? Me. Customer 2 to me, scolding voice. You guys should really be advertising that to your customers. Iced cappuccino has more fat than water. My God. What a shocking thing to find out. Secondhand at a iced cappuccino service. Really, the thing that I think happens when we shop is we get that deer in the headlight type of attitude going sometimes. We just don't even pay attention to what we're asking our people that are serving us. We're just not even paying attention, obviously. And I think if any of these guests were to have that would be taped, videotaped, and were to be put in a room and watch that videotape, would hopefully say, what the fuck was I thinking? Really. Anyway, hope you enjoyed some humor with the fast food restaurant after the grossness of the first episode.
Who has a sonic screwdriver? I do.
Lights.
Who looks at a screwdriver and thinks, ooh, this could be a little more sonic?
What, you never been bored?
There's got to be a light switch.
Never had a long night? Never had a lot of cabinets to put up?
So, that's that story there. Quite upset about that. I hope she doesn't, like I say, take her job back. I hope she goes to a lawyer and sues the crap out of Popeyes and wins. On a lighter note, I thought, since we're talking about fast food restaurants, and you know how much I hate McDonald's, and now you see what's happening over at Popeyes, and that doesn't make me even happier with them, I thought we'd just have a little fun. And I looked up on a website and looked for fast food horror stories. So I found some, and we're just going to go over some of these cases here. So enjoy this. Van Miguel Heartless had quite a bad day at Burger King in 2007. Not only did the employee behind the counter refuse to make his Southwestern Whopper his way, he also found an unwrapped condom in it. No, seriously. After getting in an altercation over the specifics of his order, he took his meal home, bit into it, and discovered the condom. The manager's reaction to this news was to literally laugh in the dude's face. Hardy's got the last laugh in 2010, though, when his case was settled out of court. Odds to say if the condom was used or not here. We'll just say, hopefully for less disgusting reasons, that it wasn't. A woman once received some unexpected red sauce in her Taco Bell. Blood from an employee who had cut themselves while preparing her meal. Brianna Ralston and her 1-year-old daughter were already halfway through their presumably fourth meal when they discovered said blood. An employee at Taco Bell confirmed that it was from another employee who had cut her finger. Yo, curl, Band-Aid, am I right? Oh my. Tony Hill, a pastor in Baltimore, Maryland, once got a deep-fried mouse along with his chicken at Popeyes. There we are, Popeyes. Oh my goodness. The old "I found a rat in my fried chicken" urban legend is decades old. This particular story was given a little credence, however, by the fact that local health authorities confirmed that the Popeyes in question had a rodent problem. Okay. Alright. Domino's brand was severely damaged when in 2009, 2 employees filmed themselves shoving cheese up their noses and farting on sandwiches. The footage, which they put on YouTube, was accompanied by voiceovers like, "In about 5 minutes, the sandwiches which will be sent out on a delivery where somebody will be eating these, yes, eating them, and little did they know that cheese was in his nose and that there was some lethal gas that ended up on their salami." Now that's how we roll at Domino's. Even though the employees later said the video was a prank and that the food was not actually delivered, they were nevertheless fired, charged with felonies, and grossed the hell out of millions of viewers. Oh my goodness. Okay. A McDonald's employee once put shards of glass on an NYPD officer's Big Mac. He bit into it without realizing it and cut the hell out of his mouth. He also broke some teeth. The employee ended up being arrested and charged with a felony assault. The officer sued McDonald's for $5.5 million. Okay, last year, a 14-year-old kid named Ryan Hart found part of a finger in his Arby's roast beef sandwich. He noticed something was wrong when he took a bite that felt rubbery. Oh, it turned out that the 1 inch and a quarter inch finger nugget he was chomping on was a byproduct of an employee's run-in with a meat slicer. I don't know what the kid was complaining about, though. Just slap some horsey sauce on that bad boy and it'll taste bomb as hell. Oh my goodness gracious. A soldier by the name of Army Staff Sergeant Clark Bartholomew. God, I hate pronouncing names. I think I had it right the first time. Bartholomew. He's stationed in Hawaii anyway. And he sued Burger King, claiming that there were needles hidden in his triple stacker burger, which he bought on the base. He said that one of the needles pierced his tongue, and the other one found its way into his small intestine, causing him to be hospitalized for 6 days. Burger King's triple stacker 3 times the beef, 2 times the unwanted injections. And finally, a woman once accidentally ate 2 live 9mm rounds that were in her Costco hot dog. She was curiously cool about it, telling the management law opinion, "I think it's the most secure way for a bullet to enter your body. If a bullet's going to be in your stomach, at least it didn't pierce the skin to get there." In fairness, why wouldn't she be cool with it? With the average 9mm bullet going for 20 cents, she actually saved an additional 40 cents on Costco's already insanely cheap hot dog prices by getting 2 free bullets out of the deal. And there you go, a little rim shot for you. Horror stories from fast food restaurants.
It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye, Staten Island. Farewell to Times Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, and my heart's right there. Into New York City came an Irishman one day to stay with friends from Ireland who had found good work and pay, singing songs of Dublin, Mayo, Cork and Donegal. Young Paddy got nostalgic and he said to one and all, "It's a long way to Tipperary. a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye, Staten Island. Farewell to Times Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, and my heart's right there. It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye, Staten Island. Farewell to Times Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, and my heart's right there.
Okay, so I want to relate this story, as I find it not only humorous but rather ridiculous. I am ashamed to say that the country that these current detainees are living in, I can't pronounce too well, so I'm only going to pronounce it once, so after that I'll just refer to it as the country. The title immediately stemmed my attention. Former Guantanamo Bay detainees demand housing and pay from the U.S. Yes. 4 former Guantanamo Bay inmates living free in Uruguay since December are demanding financial compensation and housing from the U.S. government for their nearly 13 years in captivity. They stress that they hold the United States, not their host country, responsible for their current predicament, accusing Washington of neglecting them after more than a decade spent at the U.S. military prison. In thanking the president of this country that they're currently in and their people for their hospitality, the men said the United States can't just throw the mistakes on others. They should help with houses and financial support. Men spent 2 nights sleeping in the garden outside the U.S. Embassy where they were protesting and were provided food and blankets by the locals. The former prisoners said they want to stay in this current country and are willing to work there, but warned that the process of adaptation takes time. Now, these are former prisoners, mind you. And on Friday, the U.S. Embassy issued a statement indicating that any requests must be made through the appropriate channels and filed during the mission's operating hours. These men were among the first detainees sent to Guantanamo in 2002. They were detained as part of the U.S. War on Terror for alleged links to Al-Qaeda. They were never charged or tried. They had been cleared for release, but the U.S. ruled that they could not be sent to their home countries for security reasons. And Uruguay, trying to pronounce it, it's the first South American country to receive former Guantanamo Bay inmates. This is an interesting situation developing from this. Here, as American taxpayers, who most likely we are the ones who paid for their what they were given while they were there, as for 13 years, that could amount to quite a bit of food and shelter and medical. As you've probably seen some of the 60-minute reports on how these prisoners were treated. They weren't treated bad. The fact that they weren't sent back to their original country because of security reasons would lead me to believe that their innocence in this matter would be definitely up for discussion. But it sounds to me like They were released as part of his ongoing